Hello and thanks for joining me. My name is Sarah, and in this video, we'll review how to access the new MX Insights app, as well as highlight just a few of the powerful tools that merchants will now have at their fingertips. So let's get started. To access MX Insights, first sign in to your MX Merchant account and navigate to the Apps tab. Once you're here, find the MX Insights tile. Now this may appear in either the Active Apps section or the Available Apps section, just depending on your program. For me, it's under the Available Apps section, so I'll need to go ahead and activate it. But before I do so, just wanted to show you that you can mouse over the tile and click on the Learn More button, and this will give you some screenshots. It'll also give you just a little bit more details about the app itself. But we're ready to get started, so I'm going to go ahead and click the Activate button. Again, this may look just a little different depending on your program. But once activated, the MX Insights tile will move up into the Active Apps section, and we can go ahead and click the Login button. And Login took us right into MX Insights. So once you're here, you'll notice that the layout is very similar to the MX Merchant that you're used to seeing, with the Sign Out button in the top right corner and the navigation on the left-hand side. Now each one of these tabs is filled with powerful data that will help merchants make better business decisions. And it's not just the merchant's current data that MX Insights displays, it's also the merchant's current data versus their last year's data, and the current data versus their competitor's set of data. And their closest competition is determined by both location and by type of business. So it's quite accurate, and you can see how this is going to be a really big tool for merchants to use. For instance, let's take a look at the spend by day of week graph. Here you'll see that this merchant, which is a restaurant by the way, is outselling their competition on both Fridays and on Saturdays, but on Sundays they're coming up just a little bit short. So perhaps a Sunday special would help boost this merchant's sales. You can see how MX Insights tells merchants how their business is performing using these key metrics and business trends. So while this Performance tab is going to tell you about the how much of your business, how much are people buying, the Demographics and the Loyalty tab are going to tell you about the who is buying. This information is especially helpful for targeting marketing to a specific demographic. For instance, if this merchant wanted to send a mailer to a specific area to try and get more customers from that area, the top zip codes graph and the top new zip codes graph would help them determine where they may find the opportunity to do so. Now the Loyalty tab is all about repeat customers. We all know it's easier and less expensive to keep a happier customer than to gain new ones, and this tab will help merchants do just that. For instance, in this section, merchants can see how many days there are between visits. Here we can see that that's 70 for this data set. If they wanted to decrease this number, this merchant could consider a coupon off of guest next visit that may expire in, say, 60 days, enticing customers to come back a little sooner than 70 days. Now, MX Insights also offers a calendar tool, which gives the merchant a very clear gauge of success on their events. Setting up an event is very easy. Just click the Create button and enter in the title and description, start and end date of your event. Once that's entered, they'll come down here in the Calendar Events section. Now you can see that we have a wine tasting scheduled for November 5th. Now what's really cool about this is if we click back over to the Performance tab, we can see that that event has made these lines in our graphs, signaling that we had an event on these days. This is a great tool for merchants to use to determine whether or not an event was successful. Of course, don't miss the Spotlight tab, where you'll find at-a-glance highlights of some of these graphs that give the merchant a very clear and quick message. Lastly, be sure to check out the additional detailed documentation under the Docs tab. There's a lot of great information here about the details of all the rest of the graphs that you see here. And if you have any questions, please access the Support tab for contact information for your dedicated client services team for MX Insights. Thanks for watching.